So you're laying on the ground, and the van is like still kind of near you. Your companions lay on either side of you.
Wait, I'm laying on the ground, or are we just up against the wall?
Well, the van bounced against
Oh,
the
bounced
wall
off
and
of
then
us.
bounced off. So you are kind of like you've all collapsed. You feel a lot of pain in your chest area, and your companions don't seem pretty worse for wear. Also, your other companions are on the other side of the van, but that's all you know.
Okay.
Just then, the actual hang on a second. The van itself, like that's in front of you,
Yeah.
like splits down the middle.
Oh, fun!
Just like it looks like somebody just like ripped a piece of paper in half of the metal itself.
So my next question is, once again, do I have anything white and a stick? Can I go, truce, parlay, parlay?
And you see what looks like a like a teenage girl, or a younger girl, and slender girl in a some armor.
Oh, fun.
And you see another bigger guy in some armor, and you can kind of see them, and then you hear like some shouting, and you hear some fire, and you just hear some you just hear, yo, get out of our territory, motherfuckers, and you hear some gunfire and stuff in the background, and you just hear like, hey, it's those motherfucking goddamn and then you just like, get him, and you just hear some fire going on, and the two people who are kind of looking at you suddenly kind of decide to turn around and start engaging whatever's behind them, but you can see the girl grabs half of the van, and the guy grabs the other half of the van, and they hurl them away.
In other words, you
like
went
baseballs.
In other words, you went, okay, Randy, I want him not to stand behind the van anymore to get hit, so I'm gonna get them out of the way. Got it.
Well, the van is now pretty much utterly destroyed, beyond all recognition.
Okay, so in my mind, my first thought is like,
now you can see your teammates.
We're gonna have to walk home after this.
So now that it's gone, yeah, you gotta walk home now, because now that the van is gone, you can see it more clearly. Your other teammates were kind of starting to get up.
I can see clearly now that the van is gone.
Yeah, you can. And you can... What you see is that the Iron Eagles who are engaging you are now looking at another larger group of the Weed Smokers 420 who came out of the warehouses. And they are now pretty brutally scrapping it out over this area. And they kind of forgot about you at this point in time.
Conveniently forgot about me.
Well, no, actually I'm going to go ahead and say yous are pretty much down.
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and say that the lady, another volley of spikes is going to go down into your area first. And there's one more of you. Yeah, so everybody's gonna get some like pretty bad piercing damage in you. You feel iron spikes go right through your armor.
I'm gonna yell out in pain.
And go into your bodily cavity.
Ouch.
And it basically feels like you just got stabbed with like what feels like you did a big barbecue skewer type things.
Okay, so
but it went through the armor.
Like more like a railroad spike type of thing, or just a...
It's like, it's thin. It's like I said, it's about maybe...
Like as thin as like a pen?
Yeah, it's around a pen, maybe a little thicker than a pen, so like a marker.
Like a railroad spike.
Yeah, like that, yeah. And it kind of went, like, several of them went into your body, and into the bodies of your compatriots, and into the whole ground area.
So are we pinned to the ground?
But yours are all wearing armor.
Oh, so it doesn't penetrate all the way through.
So it kind of went in about... It feels like you just got stabbed like 2 inches deep all over your body or so. Or maybe 2 or 3, a couple of inches deep.
So I'm feeling pain in my chest. And
actually all over you now.
Oh, and no.
Yeah,
so, okay,
yeah.
So now I feel, now I hurt everywhere, and I have holes in me, and I'm bleeding. Do I have bleed damage?
Oh, you have piercing damage.
Piercing damage.
You guys have, all of you have. Well, you have what feels like a bash damage in your chest area, and the two other guys. Everybody in your team um, now has. Where's piercing? Let's find piercing. Here we go. Moderate pierce. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So yeah, you guys are in a lot of pain. And that's pretty much all I can tell you right now. So besides that, this other person in armor blasts you with those,
Okay.
and then turns his or her attention. You think it might be a woman. It looks a bit more like, well, it's armor again, but you think it might be a woman.
So my parlay idea is out. Okay, got it.
Then turns her attention to the weed smokers 420. She's like, all right, they're dead. Okay, bye, they're done with. And then she just turns around, and like the rest of the guys, you can see a few people now have been covered in foam. But they're like the unpowered, their mooks are all covered in foam. But other than that, you guys didn't really do a whole lot of damage. And you can see also a whole bunch of mooks from the other side, and some of the plant people, the two-legged ones, the four-legged ones, and a couple of ones with like arms that are weapon blade type.
And all they wanted was some munchies. I feel so bad for them.
Well, no, those ones are dead. These are like the other ones that are coming out.
Well, I'm just assuming
that was like the first group.
Too,
yeah. Maybe they heard you earlier. That was only like a minute's past so far, right?
What munchies? Okay.
They came out, and all of a sudden they just see the friggin' Iron Eagles in their territory, and now there's like a full-on brawl out there.
Everybody just wanted a taco.
Mm-hmm.
But there wasn't enough. Okay, who's up? What can we do? Who's next? Who's up? Now that you've set the scene of...
who is up?
So the question is, are we able to stand up, or how badly hurt are we that...
The other three, or the other couple of them are not... They got a lot of piercing in them as well, but they're not bashed.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and say Porkins. Well, Porkins has a lot of fat on him, so he's pretty well...
well, he has to because he got stuck in a van door.
Porkins, Slate, Ferdinand, and who was the other one?
Also, it's a little late to wonder this.
Oh, Dolph.
I was curious. Did the van also have a back door, or were we being stupid and just going out a side door?
No, it was a side sliding door.
Okay, I was just making sure that we didn't have a back door as well.
Well, maybe you did. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it could. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
great.
can. Yeah.
So
yeah, I can.
So okay, I feel like stupid now. Okay, so who's up?
So as the gang fight goes on behind yous, I'm gonna go ahead and say the other people get up. As I mentioned, Porkins, Ferdinand, Dolph, and Slate. They're kind of like getting to their feet. You can see all spikes sticking out of their armor. And Ferdinand's like, "You really fucked this one up, man." and Porkins is like, "Boss, what do we do?" And Slate's like, "Sir, we're injured pretty bad." And who the hell else is there? The other guy.
As a wise group.
Oh, Dolph is still prone on the ground. Dolph ain't moving.
Is Dolph dead?
He's not moving. Dolph isn't moving.
Do any of the two standing have medical training? I can never remember.
Yeah, y'all learn a little first aid. All of you know a little bit first aid.
No, I don't. I know how to investigate and how to endure.
Okay, so
I have a one in endure.
I'll say Slate has first aid, and I'll say Pepper.
It's sharpshooting apparently.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and say that Pepper has first aid, and Slate has first aid.
Okay, that's good to know. We'll have to write that down somewhere just
for
the future.
Okay. So meanwhile, you just see like, so what are you gonna say to them?
I was gonna say that's why I was checking to see who had first aid, and I was gonna just.
That's
say,
what you know.
That's okay. So
as a boss, that's what you would know.
Yeah. So Pepper is back there with me. First, I'm gonna tell Slate to check out Dolph to make sure that he's still breathing.
So you say that?
Yeah. Check on Dolph. Make sure he's still breathing. Make sure he's still alive.
So she looks like she's in pain. She's
he has like 8 kids, so I don't want to.
She walks over to him, and then she just like puts her. Well,
she's checking his pulse. Yeah.
He's got armor on.
Oh
so
yeah.
I don't know. She kind of like looks like she's kind of touching him. she kind of starts nudging at him, but are you attempting to get up or?
Yeah, I'm trying to get us. I'm trying to get us.
So everybody starts to kind of get up.
We're trying to.
You feel like a lot of pain, but you feel like really weak.
Because
like you feel pretty down.
I'm seriously considering retreat.
That might be a good idea at this point in time.
Retreat at this point, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to make. It's like if we can rouse Dolph, we might not have to carry him. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Check him because otherwise we have to carry him, and if we leave him for dead, his 8 kids, they're never gonna.
They're not gonna get anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, they might get bonus. They might get his life insurance.
Are you saying Dolph is better off dead than alive?
I mean, I don't know how much of a great provider he's been so far, but the point of the matter is,
and they're all different mothers.
That's not good. I mean, why would a woman be attracted to such an imbecile of a man? But anyway, okay. So she kind of was just like, she's like, sir, I think he's busted up pretty bad, but we gotta get him out of here fast.
Okay, then what? Well, who of us is like the least amount like hurt? Like who has will be able to carry him because we have to bring him with us. Unfortunately.
Oh fuck.
That's the issue. We're gonna have to retreat.
It's hard to say who is the least hurt here. Oh boy.
Okay, because
everybody's pretty fucking hurt.
That's why I'm saying who's the least hurt.
Porkins is a big guy.
And actually, he's fairly strong. He's always walking around with a food crate.
He's got hit with a lot of needles too, though. He's got a lot of area.
Yeah, but as you said, he's a little bit chunkier, so it's like how much penetration, is actually going to be.
Because the first time that thing came down, though, he had his head stuck out that door.
Poo in the honey tree. That's the only image you can have.
So yeah, he's kind of like. It didn't really hit him through his helmet, though. It looks like he just got it more in the air, his torso, shoulders, chest area. Yeah, whoever you want, you can pick whoever you want.
Okay.
You can't really tell who's injured right now, man.
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell Slate to lay down. 1 second, what she has? She has flashbangs. What's Topher doing? Like, can he use his powers?
He's also up. Yeah, he can use his powers. He's got a wind tunnel.
Can he? Well, we know that how the wind tunnel works is that you can't really see. He creates X amount.
It's like a tornado on its side, like on its side.
I have a crazy idea since we're all lying there. I want him.
It looks like this.
I'm gonna draw on the back of it. Yeah. I'm gonna. Okay, so we're all no, I'm not gonna draw. I'm just gonna show you what I mean. Like this is us.
This is you right here. This is the battle.
This is us as a group all kind of clumped together. I want him to step in front of us and lay down a stream of how big is the wind tunnel that he creates?
Let me take a look. The wind tunnel is. Let me take a look. Power, 5 feet wide by about 50 feet long. So it's like a 5-foot circle, like a 5-foot circumference.
Okay, so 5-foot circumference, but 50 feet long.
So it's about.
Okay, so I want him to get which way was closer to cover, so we can try to retreat. Is it like going that way, or like going to our left? Or
you can pretty much. You came from this way.
I'm trying to get.
This is the way you came from.
So what I want him to do is I want him to step in front of us.
Yeah. And
place a wind tunnel between us and the enemies.
Yeah.
In 50 feet in the direction we're going to be heading as a means of cover.
Yeah. All right. So you say that?
Yes. Lay down cover for us. Like at just exact words. Like in the direction we're going to be heading between us and the enemies.
Yeah, that's a good
Make
idea.
it hard for them to get to us.
So he
hobbles over there.
Yeah, he's just like, oh. Actually, yeah. Do I have to roll for this now because he's injured?
Yeah. More than likely.
It doesn't really say anything about that. I'm gonna go ahead and say yeah. So as you guys are all getting up, so he turns around. Actually, can he? Or would he have to move? Well, either way,
he's gonna have to move first to get there.
So he walks about a few feet this way, and he goes.
Yeah, just to lay it like 50 feet, just to lay it down.
And then he steps through it, and he vanishes.
Yeah, so he's gone. Boom.
He's out the other side.
So that's 50
because he can teleport through his own.
Yeah, so that's a lot further than.
Yeah.
So his off. So that's good. It's like that's one person out of the way at least 50 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So next, So how much of a reprieve does that give them? Did they notice? Did the?
Well, yeah. You can't see now. There's a wind tunnel in
Oh,
front of you.
okay, yeah.
Well,
So-
it's about this high. I guess you can kind of maybe see over. You can still see some shit flying around. You see bullets flying around. You see
Okay, so
iron flying
I'm gonna
around.
grab. Me and Pepper are gonna grab
Dolph.
Dolph,
Yeah.
and I want Ferdinand to toss the smoke grenade
Yeah.
over the wind tunnel
Yeah,
and
yeah.
create even more
Cover.
more cover. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
but
a good
around
idea.
the other side of the wind tunnel.
So he just he doesn't really have any sass right now. He kind of nods, yeah, let's get out of here, and he just tosses that thing, and you can see some smoke. Some of it's kind of getting sucked into the thing, but some of it is also kind of in front of.
It's like
The
it's like
tornado now.
like every 10 feet have him toss a grenade until it's
Yeah.
out, just to continue creating more
Just keep going.
more obscuring to him. Yeah.
Okay.
So no strength checks, nothing like that in this, so that we
There's
have
no
to
strength. No. Well, for you guys,
because
I'm
we're trying to drag Dolph. Yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and just say, yeah, you can.
because we got to get him out of here.
Yeah, these are fine. You're
Okay.
in a lot of pain though. You feel it in your chest area. Wait, who's grabbing him?
Myself and I have the most chest damage.
Yeah, the two of you have chest damage.
Okay, well, Porkins and Pepper then, not me, carrying Dolph.
Wait, who else got? Didn't Pepper get crushed too?
Yeah, but
Yeah, I guess.
actually, you're right.
Well, either way, you managed to do it, even though you have some pretty bad internal damage. I'll say the three of you two of you's on his arms, one of you got his feet.
Okay, yeah, it's like we were just trying.
But you are in a lot of pain.
Yeah, we're just trying to drag him. So yeah, we're just trying to get out of here. So
And
that
you run
leaves
along
Slate.
that.
We drag
Yeah.
drag.
Slate is.
So how far like does this melee? Well, yeah, we can't really see it from the thing, but
No.
well, how far does 50 feet get us? Like, that's what I want to know.
Oh yeah, you pretty much. He threw up that wall. I mean, it takes you pretty much. I said 50 feet is like down the.
Down the
at the
street.
end of this warehouse, and then a little bit more towards where you came from.
Yeah.
So towards the street more, yeah.
Well, let's get to the end until I can.
And
Until I get a visual on until
She's just
Slate's-
running?
She's gonna come with us, but I want him to call in.
The
I was gonna say backup, but we're really it,
well,
right?
the cops are the backup, the police.
I want tell the cops to come, but tell them not to don't turn the sirens. I want them to come slowly, because it's more like we're doing a quiet retreat, that we can regroup.
So you say, what do you say that?
That's what I'm gonna tell Slate to call in on our comms
Okay.
and request
So she gets
request
on-
assistance, but to tell
So
them.
she's bleeding out too. She gets on a thing. You can hear her talking as you are
tell her quiet,
dragging.
yeah.
She's like, this is the PRT.
We're seriously
squad.
hurt, send
We have
EMTs."
serious casualties. We need police, ambulance. But it's a gang fight, cape fight and she tells the location by the warehouses by the river. You can hear her talking away. So you make it to the end. Nobody really seems to hassle you other than that.
And where's Topher in all this now? He's on the other end of
well,
the...
use rendezvous with him back there, and then he also kind of like use all as a group kind of.
So now that
make
we're
it
at the end
back.
of the wind tunnel, what can we see?
In which way?
If we look towards the main, like we get out from it, can we
Well,
peek around?
if you made a U-turn, you can look around it.
That's what I want to do. I want to look around it while we're waiting for our
Okay.
assistance. Yeah.
You're not going to keep going. You're just gonna,
No, I want to see what's going on.
You're going to take a look. Okay, you see the.
Basically, I want to see if I have to start using Pepper's grenades to continue.
You
'cause
see
I'm
the-
assuming Ferdinand's out.
Well, yeah, you see them. You see the Iron Eagles. Just a lot of them just ripping into these weed smokers.
Okay.
And but there's a lot of weed smokers, and they got the plant people, and you see some of them grappling with the plants. Like the Iron Eagles, they have no mooks left. It's just their capes, and the
how close are the capes to us?
yous are almost like over 40 feet away from where you went. They're not too far from where they started.
How far is the foam gun go again? 30 feet, you said?
Yeah, about you're
You're
not
not
really
in
going to
range,
be able
yeah.
to get there. You're just going to spray foam like in front of you, like in front
Yeah.
of like on the ground, basically.
No, my thought was, but if they were a little bit closer, that I would, me and Porkins would go off, like the X amount of feet.
These are kind of pretty fucking damaged
I know,
too.
No, my thought was that if all that's really left on the, you said there's only 2 capes on the Iron Eagles or 4?
They have the Iron Eagles.
Or there's only 2 that I've seen, but I know there's
You saw 3 people well, 3 people in armor and 1 person in a costume
Okay.
that wasn't armored. And then on the other side, you didn't see any capes. You just saw lots of mooks. You didn't see the actual Tinkers.
Yeah. Well,
Actually, wait.
I'm trying to figure out if we have to put down suppressing fire.
Actually,
I have another. Okay, well, finish what you're saying.
No, I was actually going to say at this point. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and say. No. I was going to go ahead and say. No, I was going to see if the Tinkers actually had another vehicle ready, but it's only been a couple of days. They don't have anything that's really
Ready.
weapon worthy. So no, it's just there's no actual. You don't see any vehicle out there.
Okay. So then my next thing is that is Topher how tired is Topher? Because I think I want him to set off another wind tunnel.
Yeah.
But this time not next to us, but perpendicular to the other one too. But I don't want him to teleport to the end of that one.
Yeah,
I just want him to do it. And
yeah. So he nods like, oh yeah. He just shh. And let me see how long they last actually.
Well, had to have lasted long enough to get us 50 feet.
Actually, takes about a minute to dissipate. Okay, so you've been only walking for like 30 seconds. So yeah, he manages to do it. He gets another tunnel up, and now it looks like that. And there's like all kinds of melee going on over here, and yeah. So now you can't see shit. So now what?
I'm gonna message in and get a just find out like how long till they.
And then
till we get our assistants
and then he gets on. You get on your thing, and they're like, get down the road. And they tell you the name of the street, like that's farther down the road.
Okay, so we'll grab Dolph and we'll continue on. We'll
keep dragging him, and then you get down to there, and you pretty much all go into get into some ambulances, and yeah, that's pretty much it. You all get into some ambulances. And you get in there and the medics are all, they start trying to stabilize you.
And I'm going to say, save Dolph. He has his 8 children
and
his 8 ex-wives.
And that's pretty much it for today, guys. That's pretty much all that happens. It wasn't really a total party kill. It wasn't exactly a success.
But it wasn't what you would call an epic failure.
Well, it wasn't a total party kill, but yeah, it was a pretty bad failure this time. So we'll see you next time.